My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire 2.
Necrobinder Day.
Ooh. Ooh. Meow's bones? I've got a lot of draw. I don't really care if I have a curse. Let's also have a look at what other path might follow. There's a 3 upgrade midline shop with a late elite. I like that. 3 rest. That's a lot of upgrades. Meow's Torment and the Lost Coffer. Not the best Meow's Bone I've ever rolled. It's okay though. We get a card selection as well as a Potion of Doom, Defile, Enfeebling Touch, and Snap. I kind of don't want to take an Ethereal card because Meow's Fury is pushing me slightly away from it, because the Ethereal card, if I pull it back into hand, doesn't stay in hand. Whereas if I give a card Retain with Snap and then play it and then pull it back into hand at the end of the turn, it stays in hand. Like, it's a tiny little push in the direction of Snap, but I think it might be large enough. Alright. Probably lose HP this fight. It's not a good opening turn for us. Let's retain the defend. We'll go bodyguard defend. So unleash strike is not going to be enough, which means we'll go unleash, double defend, and then take 3 against our actual body. Strike, yes, Fury brings back another strike, and then just finish you slowly after that. Yeah, so we have to take 3 damage. It's so much better to have the HP stored in Osti being fighting these enemies. Even your worst outcomes as Necrobinder are better than some of your best outcomes as other characters. Death March, Scourge, and Reeve. I do like the idea of Death March, especially because if you draw through a big hand, you can then Death March and then Meow's Fury, bring back Death March, play Death March again. That said, again, it's another situation if it benefits after I get the draw, a thing I don't yet have. It's not like our path is super aggressive early on, though, or maybe I can afford to make an investment play like that. Okay. Bodyguard Fury, bring back the bodyguard. I mean, as long as I don't end up losing HP to my actual character, I'm comfy with this fight. Perfect. Sikkim? Sculpting Strike? Oh, damn. Okay, I'll take Sikkim. We might actually turn this into an Osti attack deck if I can find density enough. Give me the money and a card, please. Outmaneuver! Next turn, gain 2 energy. Hell yeah. Well, I said hell yeah. It's bad Invoke, right? It's just, it's the worst copy of Invoke in our deck. Is the worst copy of Invoke bad? What's it upgrade to? It doesn't just get, it does just get a 3rd. All right, yeah, it's pretty bad. 4 damage to our actual body there. Debilitate Scourge, and so I can't just turn down an AoE. Too common. Please give me some Poke and Defy, or Poke and Grave Warden? Grave Warden. Oh yeah, just shore up our health by getting 11 Osti HP on turn 1, please. Yeah, I'll drop So on that turn. Better than getting 1 more block. Oh, or maybe not. Okay, yeah, the rest of the draw pile had absolutely no block in it whatsoever. So I should have thought about that. Okay, I don't want to take that damage. I'm going to flex bot to finish you this turn. Borrowed Time, Reeves, Snap. I'm happy to take Borrowed Time here. Big reason being that we have a copy of Snap in the deck, so we can already lock. Also, Borrowed Time can be a really important thing to pull back with Yas Fury. Just having the two of those in the deck instantly turns many X cards into just complete domination of a fight. Yeah, that out maneuver is probably going to get removed pretty quickly. I want to focus on defense. No, if I can upgrade offense, I go 3 offensive upgrades here, I think. Because I still do need to push through the Waterfall Giant near the end, so I use the shop to try and shore up my defense. Which means our upgrades want to be whatever supports our summon HP. Ooh. Fasten's a pretty good defend. But also, Belt Buckle. While you have no potions, you have 2 additional decks. I really like that. It's just 2 free decks in your hardest fights. How can I turn down this Fasten? I think I can't. Alright, we'll go Fasten, we'll go Strike Removal. I wonder if I should also take a Pull Aggro here. I will. Strike Dummy effectively upgrades all of our strikes. Cool. Fasten upgraded. So I said I was going to go 3 aggressive upgrades, didn't I? And then I went 3 defensive upgrades instead. I'm just wacky like that. I'm zany. Use a Potion of Doom to end this fight earlier. Gone. Light Strike, Putrefy, and Page Storm. I'm happy to take a single copy of Putrefy, I think. I do want Pull Aggro upgraded, but I'm not going to spring for it there. Putrefy, defend. I can wait for you not to have so much plating. I got time. We're starting to get to the area where I'm not seeing enough Osti attacks to really justify waiting. Like, I really would have wanted to have already seen a copy of Flatten if I was going to start running it seriously. There goes the clam. Oh, fetch kind of brings me back around. Show me like a rattle, or just, I will take a flatten. Just give it to me, and then we'll talk. My gosh! What the hell? I'm glad I defended last turn, because it's not happening this turn. 1, 2. There you go. Hope I've got enough to survive this turn. Okay, Yas Fury brings back Borrowed Time and I suppose Bodyguard? And then Borrowed Time gives us the ability to defend and play Bodyguard. We're now storing up some max HP on Osti. Block with the 11, do 7 more, taking a defend and making it retain. Perfect. We do want to putrefy you over this limit. Mm-hmm. Snap to say borrowed time. I'll strike and death march. Beautiful. Lucky Tonic Juicy Bracelet, a Pass, Scourge, and Borrowed Time. I'm happy to take that copy of Pass. Sadly, this has gotten a lot worse. We can use the Lucky Buffer at the end of the Waterfall Giant fight to survive. That requires that I just don't take much damage up until that point. And don't need to use it earlier in the fight. Which I'm not sure is a great takeaway. True, necessarily. Yeah, Grey Warden full aggro. Beautiful. No damage, a little bit of health. Fasten sets up our good defense. Great. Make sure to always keep that one retained defend in hand. Second fetch, giving us 3 max HP on Osty. I'll bodyguard. I want to pass. I want to keep pass. Sure. So borrowed time, pass into unleash. Okay, it turns out I almost certainly could have gotten away with not giving Osty more. Sorry, not resting there. Bring back both of those cards, then fetch. Borrowed time allows us to play bodyguard, defend. Huge turn, giant HP on Osty. Pass first. I did not draw the defend. Tough. I will send a snap at him to make sure that I keep that unleash. I can't not play that unleash. Second fetch. Unleash will use borrowed time to set up Grave Warden. And do I play pass? I think I do, actually. Just to keep it in the deck. Strike out maneuver. Let's snap to set up borrowed time staying in hand now. Defend. Borrowed time. Defend and unleash. Go keep throwing that unleash when we can. Second fetch, poke, soul into a new draw pile with not as many as I would have wanted. I was hoping for more Osty attacks in that hand. Alas. Alright, 13 more damage and we are out of here.
Oh, how dare you heal?
I'm gonna have to kill you for that. We almost defend fully without even needing Osty's HP. Nora Surge. No, deck too slow. Can't use Nora Surge. Shared Fate. Yeah. My strikes are contributing to a lot of my damage, but I will be removing those pretty quickly. Oblivion and the ability to return Oblivion to hand with Death, with Nia's Fury, and then continue drawing and doing all that stuff. I can see how that could help. I'll take it, although I'm really wary that it might not be valuable at all here for us. Yes, I will take the... what do you call it? The Phylactery Unbound now. Starting at the top of combat, we'll have summon 5, and at the start of each turn, we summon 2. A lot of HP you just get out of having that. Beautiful. Let's get up on this left side and see if I end up going more upgrades or more rests. 19. It's actually only 7 that's going to get past Osti, though. So I don't think it's worth the lucky tonic there. Scout's Fury to bring a snap back in hand. I'll use snap to keep that strike. This is just so I have an easier time trying to dunk you out of the sky. 1 and 2. Fasten, defend. 3. Got him down, outmaneuver, and Oblivion Pass. Fetch, Death March already got him. Aerobic Acid, hell yeah. We'll take our borrowed time back. See, I feel like it's got to be poke. It's got to be, like, low-cost things that I can play alongside everything else. I will take the Aerobic Acid as well. Silent cards. So much more that cares about draw. Cloak and... Ooh. New. Not those. Speedster. Sorry, when you draw a card during your turn, deal 2 damage to all enemies. That's a great way for us to do AoE and burst. Beautiful. I got a shop soon enough that I could use just to remove 2 cards. Got to fight with normality in the deck for 1 combat here. I think I can manage. I'm going to snap the Death's March and defend. Means I take Osti damage this turn, but it leaves the Death's March in this hand. That seems pretty important to me. Defense as well. Well, I mean, I did manage to break your block with the Death's March, but it wasn't related to anything else that I was doing. Let's just kill you without having to worry about it. Oh, another Sikkim. Okay, we're getting a lot more survivability than I would have expected. Ooh, missing out on End of Days is tough. Having a normality in the deck, tougher. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Can I have a... Ooh, Shovel. That's a pretty relevant relic. I mean, Burst wants an upgrade, but... Got a Whetstone hitting Death March and Unleash as well. Borrowed Time also needs an upgrade. Anything that draws cards wants an upgrade as well. How do I feel about taking an Elite now? With Aerobic Acid, I feel a lot better about it. Can't have Sikkim, though. Or Fetch. You can have Outmaneuver. Get rid of that Invoke negative. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. I will use Aerobic Acid this turn as well. Yeah, especially when I get Reperform first. Sikkim. So whenever the enemy takes Osti damage this turn, summon 4. Sikkim again. Now I summon 7 every time you take Osti damage. Fetch. Scythe. Let's Gauss Fury and bring back that fetch. For 7 more Osti HP. First Bodyguard. Throw a snap in there. Retainer Dazed. Thing I can't do. Just do it for fun. It would be nice to have a defend this turn. Alright, fine. Lucky Tonic saves us 19 HP. Worth it. Ornamental Fan. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. A thing I do relatively commonly, and there's the upgrade for outmaneuver, turning it into an invoke there. Let's have a look at a colorless card. Prowess versus Flash of Steel. The fact that Prowess's strength does not affect Sikkim, or sorry, doesn't affect Osti attacks in general, definitely pushes me towards Flash of Steel. Especially the Ornamental Fan as well contributes to that. Alright, why not? Fasten, Burst, Pass. I wanted to see if I got all the way down to Oblivion. Alright. Full aggro and snap to keep poke in hand for hand where it's worth playing. Yeah, I won't be surprised at all when I have to kill some of these hatchlings here. That went okay. There's the Oblivion.
Ooh, burst Oblivion.
I mean, yeah, it is what you want. I think maybe I should be bursting Bodyguard and Grey Warden instead. I mean, hell yeah. Speedster, then Flash of Steel draw, Soul draw, poke, pass, draw, fetch, draw.
Oh.
All I wanted was to get the more souls. Okay. Yes, Fury on the back line. Burst and pass in hand, please. I screwed all of that up.
31 incoming damage.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I deserve that 6. I could have done anything last turn to save myself from that. Rattle, great pickup. I do fear we have tended slightly more defensive than offensive here, but I think we might be able to smooth that over just with the HP of Osti. I'm not willing to risk this, especially considering none of these upgrades are that inspiring. I would love to dig, though. Tough. First turn, putrefying nothing? That's a rough first turn right there. Oh, you really want to be doing something, not nothing. I want to keep Pass in this deck, but I don't think I can afford to. I'm gonna keep Death's March and double Frantic Escape. There goes Pass as well. I don't have the energy to support having Pass in this deck at the moment. Alright, second poke. Flash of Steel. Invoke and Bodyguard, and that's not enough to keep Osti alive. Oh, Melancholy would go wild right now. I don't mean the card, I mean the emotion. 12 by 2 coming in. Fasten, Grey Warden, Defend. Gets us a lot of the way to being safe. Okay. I'm gonna burst Oblivion. and Soul. And we've basically just got second poke, defend. That's the best defense that I can drop that turn. Well, I mean, if I don't draw Frantic Escape this turn, I'm already dead, so... GG. God damn it! That's not even fair! There was one Frantic Escape I didn't play! 31 cards. I guess I shouldn't have burned my draw card. It's just I didn't think I had the ability to support playing it. I even played 2 Frantic Escapes on the second turn because I was like, okay, I don't want to leave myself high and dry, but leaving yourself high and dry, as I found, is playing any short of all 3 in the first cycle and then all 6 in the second. Good lord. But that does give us time to check out what this Precarious Shears might do. Or Arcane Scroll. Really depends on the aggression of the path that we want to take. You know what? Give me a good wreck. Oh, that's not going to help me take this midline. Alright. Well, let's make some minor adjustments to that plan, because I do not think we will survive this. You know, without like a bunch of ethereal cards at least. What are the odds I get to this position and I've got enough ethereal cards to take that line? 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna take the right-hand side that just has 5 question marks and then 1 rest. Not where I was hoping to be, but Spirit of Ash admittedly does give us a really good basis for an ethereal run. If all of your ethereal cards block for 4, a lot more of them are playable. Defile is such an ethereal card. And here it is defending us. Best defense I can put down that turn. And win the fight the turn after. Defy, great. Okay, we've actually got a basis for a run going on. Not necessarily fighting that many fights on this floor. And I do need to find a way to actually deal damage. Give a card ethereal. Drain power to upgrade our cards in defense. Snap to retain cards is a lot worse in ethereal deck where you don't really care about retaining that many cards. Because your most valuable cards die if you try and retain them. Yeah, it's a drain power, I think. Spirit of Ash just upgrades to do 5 block. It's not even innate after that. Yucky. Very eager to get a copy of Fear in this deck. Thank you, game. Ask and ye shall. Spirit of Ash. Drop a bodyguard and can't risk not going all in. Frontliner needs to die approximately yesterday. Oh boy, that's short. I'm gonna use the duplicator to make Fear. Give us lethal as well as full defense on that. Yeah, because the damage is just going to get worse. think. Heck, I had 15 on hand this turn. Dirge, Poke, and Death's Door. I'm not against taking a Dirge. I just don't really see the utility in it right now. How many ethereal turns end up with a bunch of extra energy and want a bunch of extra draw? Can't think of that many. Happy to see that backline to go down that easily. 9 puts you to 12. 2 strikes away from dead. Also 1 Defile away from dead, happily. Spirit of Ash, Defile and Defy saves us, and then you try and summon this turn, but beautiful. We draw basically the most aggressive hand we could have had. Page Storm, whenever you draw an ethereal card, draw 1 card. That's the draw you put in this deck. Oh, that's even more fun. You give it also 2 draw, and then when we play it, and it's 0 cost, because it can be 0 cost. Give me a card.
Did it have to be outmaneuver again?
I thought they took care of the correlated RPG. RPG RNG. Yeah. Remove a card from the deck or upgrade 2 random cards. I got enough cards in this deck that, yeah, upgrade 2 random is likely to hit 2 really good cards to upgrade. Gorget as well, helping us make sure that we have enough block here on the first turn to be comfy. I don't want to let you scale unnecessarily. Second Page Storm, probably way too much. I don't think any of those are needed. Alright, let's upgrade the Page Storm in the deck. So now it's a 0 cost draw 2, and also sometimes it draws an ethereal card, causing it to draw more cards. Pop a regen potion. We'll be in this fight long enough for that to be relevant. Sculpting striking the strike. I will defend and then drain power, upgrade the sculpting strike. Page Storm. Spirit of Ash. Fear. Defile. Woohoo! Oh my god. We even get to play Defy on curve.
And an outmaneuver. Outrageous.
Yeah, I'm gonna sculpt through a defend so we can stay as aggressive as possible. Oh, beautiful. Fear, big defile, and drain power for lethal. Potion belt, weak potion. Cleanse. Summon 3, exhaust 1 card from your draw pile. I don't feel like I need it. I feel like the density of this deck is at strength at the moment. So I don't want to just take general tools constantly. Ooh, Omni Slice. 0 cost AoE. In a deck that has a lot of draw. Alright, Omni Slice, you get in here. I do think Parrying Shield probably would have been really consistent damage for us as well. I'm more interested at the moment in increasing the consistency of the deck even further. A second turn of vulnerability on Fear would actually be ridiculous. I don't have to wake you up until I have an incredible turn. This doesn't count. I'll burn a defend that I don't want to play. It's fine. Alright, we gotta wake you up this turn. 1, 2, drain power upgrades, defend, and outmaneuver. Alright, let's drop that weak potion, because I don't otherwise have access to weaker. Both of those in the discard pile are already upgraded, so I won't drop Drain Power. We'll go for the defense. Okay. Omni Slice. I'll Defy. I also Sculpting Strike the outmaneuver so I can play it defensively. Why not? Yeah, it makes his next hand very playable. I'll burn that bad strike, make the deck a little bit thinner and more consistent. And give the possibility of upgrading defense. Osty's damage can't really be changed at this point, but mine can. I don't think outmaneuver is important here. I think 34 damage from big old Unleash is... Okay. Sculpting Strike on Omniscience is just... Sorry, Omni Slice, rather. Omniscience.
I know and slice everything.
That's fine, because I just play it every single time without a problem. Let's Sculpting Strike through Drain Power, then Drain Power. It really shouldn't take me much more doing to get through this one. Came down to the wire, though. There goes the Loggable and Matriarch. I did Smith sick. Hang, Seance, and Neuroscience. Seance is also a zero-cost card that can upgrade. Or rather, it's a zero-cost card after its upgrade, and it enhances our draw as well as removes bad cards from the deck, as well as is an ethereal card for Spirit of Ash. So I feel like for all of those reasons and more, we'll take it. No. No, I don't want my strikes to be Tezcathar and Emid. It's got to be the storybook, right? Hey, I'm not even going to say the paths on this floor are that bad for us. Oh, which, yeah, makes it even more storybook. Right, of course. Brightest Flame. Gain 2 energy, draw 2 cards, lose 1 max HP. A card that I realistically shouldn't play unless I absolutely need to, because otherwise I'm just going to bleed max HP. It also incentivizes us to take more aggressive fights, but I'm also looking at our deck and thinking, you know, Seance and Brightest Flame both desperately want an upgrade. Actually, that's about all the cards that desperately want an upgrade. Maybe I can afford this to upgrade to Elite over on that left-hand side. There's a 2 upgrade for Elite if I want to go absolutely wild. I can make my decision by here, though. It's worth considering. We are pretty damn powerful as a result of the Brightest Flame. Especially if we get an upgrade on it. That only gets nuttier. Right, I'm gonna Seance the Brightest Flame in this fight so I don't have to lose max HP. Sculpting through a Defend I'm not gonna play, and Drain Power. Spirit of Ash Defiant outmaneuver. Ooh, beautiful. Oh, I'm not going to be able to put you down. Take Omni Slice, huh? I should have done that extra strike last turn. I knew I didn't have any zero-cost attacks in this deck other than Omni Slice. Ugh. That takes a lot of AoE out of my deck if you get that card as well. I mean, I say if you get that card. You are taking that card at this point. 7, 9. If I drew into Defile, I don't think that even does it. 15? 12. I'd have to have Defile twice in order to finish that. Damn. Oh, that strike last turn. Well, can't unmake that. Oh, the brightest flame would have done it too. That's in the past now, though. Not using the goddamn brightest flame. Lowering my already low max HP. Let's give Summon Ethereal, because I'll always play it. Fully covered, and that'll do lethal. Flexbot, Death, bring a Sculpting Strike. Negative Pulse. I think not for all of those. Is it important that I gain a little bit of strength for an upcoming combat? I don't actually think so. Just upgrade an opening hand for us in a fight's time, please. Vajra, even more strength that I don't need. I'm going to use Brightest Flame because it's already upgraded. In that opening hand, at least draws us an additional card, helps us get more setup. I mean, yeah, I guess I just defend now. Let's go Fear, Sculpting Strike on Drain Power, like Drain Power. 558, 3 damage to me. Yeah, I'm not doing good damage to Overcup though. That one's a bit of a toughie. Maybe I should turn around, turn and burn, start dealing damage to the Overcopter right now, because, yeah, my damage doesn't scale that much higher. Started to notice some key vulnerabilities and weaknesses in this deck. Scourge, Afterlife, and Reeve. None of those are going to address any of it. Ooh. Kafuda. Upon pickup, enchant 3 cards with a droid. Whenever you play them, they deal 3 block. Yep. I'm going to take Kafuda, and I'm going to put it on Bodyguard, Seance, and... can't believe we've got our maneuver again. And Defile. We also pick up a Venerable Tea Set and a meal ticket, so 2 additional energy after a rest site and 15 HP every time we enter a shop. We'll upgrade Seance, so it's very easy to play. Pretty much impossible not to play it, frankly. I'll Sculpting Strike the Brightest Flame, so that when I'm ready to let that go, I can literally just let it go. Fear, Defile. I'm unlikely to have too much energy in my next hand, although Hagestorm will help us draw basically whatever we want. Because whenever I draw Dazed, I also draw another card. Yeah, I have to drop that 22. I don't have enough damage in the deck to ignore that 22 there. Sculpting Strike on a defend. Play that defend. File through the fight. Active Preparation, that's huge. Pass, Soulstorm, Dance Macabre. I'll take pass. This one's definitely a rest through and through. God damn it. Bodyguard and pass on the first turn, not that bad. Hagestorm. Okay, we're all the way down to Brightest Flame already, which is only going to draw 2 cards. Right, of course. Could have drawn more. I'm going to pop both Lex Potions this turn. I 1000% have to be killing. I do not have a way to survive if I don't start dealing lethal to people. Let's take 1 Desi off the field, and then start aggressing against the one that's buffing. Spirit of Ash, Defy, and Seance for nothing. And Fear to set up vulnerability. Take out both of the ones debuffing me, but that's not possible that turn. Okay. This is definitely a fight where Sculpting Strike goes on Brightest Flame. We just play it as many times as possible. Let's drain power before drawing into a new discard. Then Defy, Defile, Sculpting Strike drops a defend. Only 2 left on the field, and I'm not going to be weakened anymore. That's good. I don't want to drop that Fear from the draw pile, but I do want to play that Seance. I gotta remove it. It's okay, they're managed. This is actually a lot less of a scary fight than I thought it was going to be. Unleash and Drain Power finishes it off. And Nib, Flatten, Light Strike, and Borrowed Time. I got too many 0 costs to care about a Borrowed Time. I had too much pride to play my best cards earlier on in this fight. Earlier on in this floor, frankly. No more. I will just play my best cards constantly, because if I don't play them, I die. And what good are they doing in the graveyard, you know? keep building that body. 2 strikes from now, we have our pen nib go off. Yeah. Not going to do too much with it. Haunt, Blight Strike, and Fear. No need for those. I mean, I really want Brightest Flame upgraded to do it. Mage Storm gives us Defy to turn around with. We use Brightest Flame to continue drawing down in the deck. Great. Outmaneuver Pass. It's not what I was looking for overall, but it's okay. Defile. I'm going to drop a Sculpting Strike on a strike I don't intend to play. Thin down the deck a little. And then defend and drain power. Yeah. Extra energy, extra card draw from that drain power. Pretty good. Alright, it's already time to turn around. That's great. Spirit of Ash. Let's Seance through the worst card in the draw. That'll be a strike. I'll Fear to turn back around, then Sculpting Strike this Bodyguard because I'll always play it. It's just free defense. That's full defense against incoming damage, and we building up additional HP on Osty. Let's target the rocket before I turn back around, and that'll be Defile, Defy Power, and then turn around. Sorry, there's a Drain Power, Defile Drain Power, and then Defy to turn back around. Still leaves us with Outmaneuver and Pass in the next hand, so ridiculously big hand of cards. Let's go Fear Defile first, justifying Outmaneuver's draw. Seance through whatever's there. Defy. Alright, we're almost even fully protected. Bodyguard, because I will always be playing that. I want to play Pass here, but I think I'm much better served by playing Outmaneuver and then just a big Unleash. Seance through a strike again. Yeah, that's nice. So at the end of this turn, I can use Unleash to take out Rocket. Finish the fight that way. File. Drain Power. And Unleash. Turn back around immediately. Okay. And with only 13 cards in this deck, we can definitely afford not to have to play another Brightest Flame. We finally did it! We earned not having to play that card! God, a 0-cost Omni Slice would have made this so much easier! Misery. Also a 0-cost attack. Applies any debuffs applied to the enemy to other enemies. You're not going to be too important in the boss fights at the end of the floor, but up until then. I'm almost more interested in taking Sentry Mode, because after a single upgrade, Sentry Mode is 1 energy, and every single turn for the rest of the fight, it gives me 4 block, courtesy of giving me a 0-cost ethereal attack. I'll take that. Also, I feel a little light on damage, so I feel like that helps solve that problem for us. Looking at rest sites, eh? I almost worry about removing all of the bad cards from my deck, because then what does Seance burn? What does Sculpting Strike burn? Add Whistle to the deck, a card that I would almost never be able to play, or Sigh, 7 block at the top of each turn. I think 7 block at the top of each turn gives us the ability to last until Spirit and Mage Storm is out, and then by that point, no more damage is happening. And yeah, I would go crazy for 3 upgrades uninterrupted here. Sentry Mode, Pass, And Spirit of Ash realistically should get upgraded when I'm playing 3 or 4 ethereal cards in a turn. Incoming is 24. We've got Sweeping Gaze out at least. Let's drop Spirit of Ash, Fear, Sweeping. Oh, they both hit the same target. Unfortunately, it's a target who is not aggressing against us this turn. I'm going to fish from that attack potion. And then kill them all with Banshee's Cry. Yay. I almost want to take a second copy of Fear, but the deck is thin enough and does become in play thin enough that I don't need that. I just want it. Yeah, this one's annoying. Spirit of Ash, defend. Take 6 right to the right hand. I can seance that card in the draw, that's fine. I'll drop the file and a Sentry mode. We also lose Fear there.
That's right, we are fearless now.
Should have done those in the other order so I doubled the damage to the one that I could afford to actually target. That could, I could see that being an idea for the future. It's all good though. This guy is stunned for another turn. I've got enough HP and Nasty, it doesn't matter. File, Sweeping Gaze, strike. Strike. And then I can even set myself up for a Pendib next fight. Second weak potion, that's really appealing. Grave Warden? No, don't. I can't just add bloat. The deck is functioning well. Don't rock the bloat. Defile and Defy. And a Drain Power as well. Oof. I mean, I'm not taking damage to my body yet, but that wasn't what we wanted to see. Sculpting Strike on... yeah, that's gonna be damage. I'll weak pot that. I don't need to be taking damage to the likes of you. Especially when I've got 2 weak potions sitting up there. Don't need any of those unupgraded commons. Woof. Oh. Not a good first turn. But at least we didn't waste good cards on the first turn, I guess. Age Storm. Definitely going to need Brightest Flame here. Let's seance through our most strike card. Let's pass. Yeah, I need to get down to Spirit of Ash before I start playing all of my cards. Yeah, I'll drain power in advance, why not? Nice. Managed to do it right before the cycle. Okay. This is going reasonably. Already fully blocked against the incoming damage this turn. Let's just bank some HP and Osty. I'll go Fear Drain Power as well. Unleash. Again, Fear on the backline sets up for Defy. Gotta remove your artifact first. Quest and Teen Subject is apparently our bosses as far as my brain is concerned. Managed to get away without playing the Brightest Flame yet again. And we'll finish off the enemy as slowly as possible for the sake of the Pendib. Oh, one already upgraded capture speed. That's a lot more draw than I need. Venerable T set is too good to give up. You can have the money. I'm not even sure anyone's going to ask me for that for the rest of the run. Get a Mercury Hourglass, enhancing our AoE. 3 damage AoE every turn. From that, Horn Cleed at the start of the second turn, gain 14 block. Love free block. We hit the Spirit of Ash upgrade, and the final. Ooh, this is. Oh boy, this is tough. Please. I can't give you. You can have defend. Get out of here. I'm not rolling that until I see a strike. All right, Soul Nexus. It's just you. Let's see what we can get done here. I'm a speed pot. Finally got my Spirit of Ash out. Everything is fine with the world. Look at that defense. Look at that ridiculous defense. I wasn't even trying. I mean, I kind of want to hit Brightest Flame, but I don't have to. Defy, Drain, Defile. Yeah, we're almost fully defended already, buddy. Come on. Pass. Now we're fully defended. Alright, I think we've got this. And I do think that every time I chose not to take a card, it was the right choice. I think we've got the hindsight of the benefit of hindsight. We can look at it in retrospect now. And see that any less density of these effects in this deck and it would not have the critical mass it does right now where it defends us so easily. Book Repair Knife whenever a non-minion dies to Doom. Completely irrelevant. Enfeebling Touch is incredible in both the Queen subject and Queen and Test subject fight, so we'll take that. So an ethereal card for what it's worth.
Oh, wow.
All of our powers out on turn 1 is something that just does not happen to us, so very glad to see that it did. I'll take Outmaneuver over Bodyguard though. It's because we have a lot of additional draw on this turn, yep. So I feel like we might need a lot of additional energy to take a lot of additional advantage of it. Uh-oh, that was not a card I intended to play. I was trying to play Defile. But I'm also not that worried about having played it. Explosive Ampule, Grave Ward, nope. Alright. Heal on up and head into that first boss fight, I think. Start with Brightest Flame. I almost just want to hit Gambler's Brew on everything except the pass. I will. Spirit of Ash. Seance through Strike. Bodyguard pass. Sentry mode. Fear, put that in the new cycle. Defile, put that in the new cycle. Cage Storm, drawing into. Defile, Fear, no. Too many cards now. I have to play the Enfeebling Touch because I need to keep that, and I have to play the Fear because I need to keep that, which means I have to lose my Defile, which is most of my damage. I don't want to lose that, though. This is what happens when you don't have that much energy, though. And draw too many cards as well. I can Seance through the Sculpting Strike. I'm not too concerned not to have that. Drain power before I get us into the new draw pile. I want to keep Pass in this deck, but I don't think I can afford to. Also, I think the deck effectively gets small enough that it's not going to be relevant anymore. I'm not going to use that Brightest Flame. I don't want to draw into Ethereal and not be able to play it on that turn. There it is, Enfeebling Touch. Boom, baby. And I can play Fear. I'd like to play that Defy. It's probably still a good idea to do so, sure. I don't want to drop the Weak Potion on you. It does mean I lose a lot of my Unleashed damage. Got a Bodyguard to build that back up. Excuse me? That's a lot of damage, my friend. That's much more like it. The sounds throughout maneuver. I don't think I have time to play that anymore. One, two, three, and then unleashes double damage, 181. Seance to defend. Seance, drain power. And that'll do it. Great. Second boss. Give me the attack potion. It's gotta be Soulstorm, right? doesn't grow that big. No. Okay, Fear, Misery, Defy, and then Drain Power after all of that, upgrading 2 cards. Full defense, reasonable damage. Spirit of Ash, Page Storm, 100% of the time there. You don't know. So Defile. Couldn't hit the mute button, but I was able to hit the mute mic thing in OBS. Enfeebling Touch is going to be really useful later in this fight. I need to keep it. Oh yeah, I'll Seance nothing. No two ways around it. This guy goes down this turn. I'd love to continue keeping fast in this deck as well. Still. Fear, Defile, Seance, drop a Defy. Sweeping Beam, Bodyguard, and then Drain Power to upgrade 2 cards in their discard pile. Yeah, I think 51 defense will get us there. What about this 44? What if it was 12? Drop the Explosive Ampule, finishing that second phase. And now it's literally just 2 turns of attacks, 1 turn off, 2 turns of attack, 1 turn off. And yeah, it works pretty well there. To just full defend, 45 incoming. Oh, I love when there's always a destroyable card in the draw pile ready for us. Fear, Defile, Sweeping, drop Misery as well. And hell, I'll outmaneuver. Let's actually have some energy. Not that I can really do anything with it this time. The best I can do is play out all of the cards that I would like to keep. And exhaust a couple others that I don't want to. Alright, I feel like this is where our weaken should start. Seance through burn. Excellent. Sculpting Strike on that burn. It's a surprising lot of removal here. Okay, we've got double damage on our next attack. Hopefully I don't have to play one next turn when the enemy is intangible. We've retained our double damage. And not that this is especially worthwhile, because we'll spend that on setting up vulnerability. And then just absolutely dominate the enemy with the rest of the attacks. GG. Yo, starting a deck with Spirit of Ash. And then your first, was it 3 selections? Straight off the bat after that? Defile, Defy, and then Sculpting Strike turned up. And then Fear immediately after I mentioned it. Page Storm soon after. Almost... This was from an event on the first floor, And this was from the event at the top of Act 2, which means that since the start of Act 2, I took 1 clumsy, 1 pass, 1 sentry mode, which would have probably been the boss fight, and then 1 enfeebling touch on this floor. I took 4 more cards. I think the strength of this run was restraint. Both knowing when to use it and when not to use it. Also, I failed in doing that a little bit with the brightest flame at the start. But we got to play it 46 more times. We could have played it 46 more times until it was going to be a problem for us. GG, Architect. I'll collect my Elite Hunter, Highlander, Money, Flawless, and Speedy trophies. And lug them on home. But until I manage to make it all the way there, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire 2, top left. This is a series playlist for all my content on the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations are down below. Streaming past, the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out of thank you and a special thanks this episode to Lotta. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.